Assalamu alaikum. So this video is about the third document, which is a check. So what is a check? We'll get to know about that in this video. Now many accounts are paid by means of a check. Other methods of payment through the banking system are credit transfers and standing orders. So in the video on bank reconciliation, I've explained credit transfers and standing orders in detail. Just to go through them again quickly. You see, if I have to withdraw money from my bank account, I can use a check, and I can also pay someone through a check. So let's say, there's a customer, in fact, there's a supplier, Mr. Ali, and I need to pay him, let's say 20,000. Then what I can do is I can give him a check of 20,000 rupees, and he's going to go to the bank, go to my bank, present this check, and upon verification, the officer at the bank is going to give Mr. Ali the rupees 20,000, right? Now, other payment methods through the banking system can include credit transfers. So credit transfers are, I can pay Mr. Ali through an online transfer. So I can, either use the internet banking, or I can use, in today's world, you have all these applications developed by the banks. So you can use any of those methods and transfer all the money that you want to anyone's bank account. So I can transfer 20,000 to Mr. Ali's account without even using a check. So I can do that. Similarly, if someone wants to pay me, let's say there's a customer whose name is, let's say, Abdullah, and he owes me rupees 5,000, for example. So he can transfer that 5,000 rupees to my bank account, and without using the check. Similarly, I can use a standing order. Now, what is a standing order? Standing order is an order from me to the bank to make a certain payment on monthly basis on my behalf. So I'm not going to use a check. I've ordered my bank, and now every month the bank is going to pay my bill on my behalf. So for example, let's say I use a credit card, and I instruct my credit card company or bank to send my bill to my bank instead of me, and I can order my bank to pay my credit card bill on a monthly basis, so I won't have to use a check in that case. So these are some of the other methods that can be used to make payments apart from the check. Now we are going to focus on the check. Alright, so a check is basically a written order to a bank to pay a stated amount of money, stated sum of money, to the person or business named on the order. So basically, a check is a written order. Who am I ordering? I'm ordering the bank. What am I ordering the bank to do? I'm ordering the bank to pay a certain amount of money, which is obviously written on the check. And who is the bank going to pay? The bank is going to pay the person or the business whose name is there on the check. So a book of pre-printed checks is issued by the bank, which is called a checkbook. You must have heard of it. So in that checkbook, you have a lot of checks that you can use, and the customer is only required to complete the necessary details of date, amount, and payee. Who's the payee? Payee is the person or business to whom the money is to be paid, right? Now this is the format of a check. This is how a check looks like. On 28 May 2019, CU sent a check to the weaving shed for the amount due on that date less cash discount. The check and its counterfoil are shown as follows. So basically this part here, is basically the actual check, and this part here is the check counterfoil. So whoever is issuing the check, so for example, if I'm paying someone with the check, I'm going to tear this from here and give this part to the person to whom I have to pay the money, and this part is going to stay with me in my checkbook as a record. So similarly, if I'm receiving the check, so the person who's paying me the check is going to give me this part only, the actual check, and this counterfoil is going to remain with the issuer for future records, right? So obviously it is a document which acts as a proof that, you know, whether I've received money from someone or whether I've paid money to someone, right? All right. So what how do you fill out the check? So you have the date. I'm going to write the date. Now an important thing is, if I've written the date, if I've written a certain date on the check, let's say I've written 25th November 2020 on the check, then obviously the bank is not going to pay the person before this date, right? So if the person goes to the bank with the check on 24th November, the bank will not pay the person. The bank will ask him to come on the 25th, since the date of the check is 25th November. So a check, basically money for the check cannot be paid before the date. Now I've written the name of the person or the business to whom the amount is to be paid, and the amount is, let's say, $350, and the same amount is written here in words as well. This is to make sure that, you know, no alterations have been made, you know, in order to do fraud on the check that was issued, right? And similarly, all these details are also going to be filled up here on the check counterfoil, so that, you know, even after 5 months I need to see, you know, to whom this check was issued. I can you know, confirm that by having a look at the check counterfoil. All right, these two points are important. The supplier receives the check. So if I am the supplier, then obviously the person who I am supplying the goods to, he or she owes me the money. So he's going to give me a check for payment. So I am going to receive the check. A paying in slip is completed when the check is paid into the bank. So when I'm going to deposit the check into my bank account, there is going to be a paying in slip that I have to fill at the bank, which can also be called a deposit slip, right? So I will also try and upload the format of a deposit slip that varies basically from bank to bank. So what that deposit slip has is basically my account details. So let's say if I'm depositing the check into my bank account, then you know, on the deposit slip or the paying in slip, obviously it is going to have the title of ABC Bank or the bank that I have the account with, and it is going to have my account. I'm going to write my account title as well as my account number. I'm also going to write the check number that is being deposited by me and the amount of the check. So all these details come in the paying in slip that I have to fill when I go to the bank to deposit the check, right? The counterfoil of this paying in slip is used to make the entry in the cash book to show the money paid into the bank and to make a note of the discount in the discount allowed column. So when I fill this paying in slip, I'm going to you know, deposit my check into my bank account. The bank is going to give me a copy of this paying in slip, right, which is called the counterfoil of this paying in slip. So I have that as a proof that I have deposited a certain check, you know, amounting so and so into my bank account, which is obviously going to act as a proof for me that I have received a certain payment from someone. Okay, so that paying in slip can be used by me as a record. The customer keeps the check counterfoil and uses it to make the entry in the cash book to show the money paid out of the bank and to make a note of the discount in the discount receipt column. So this counterfoil here, the person paying me the check, this is going to remain with him, right? So he can use this counterfoil to record the entry in his accounting books, right? This is a proof that he has paid me the check. He has paid me the money that he owed through a check, and the counterfoil that he has with him is a proof that that he has paid me the check, right? Okay, so this is how a check looks like, and also we discussed that you know, why a check is issued, and how a check is deposited into the bank account using the paying in slip. So then I can use that paying in slip to record entries in my accounting books, and the person paying the check, issuing the check, can use the check counterfoil to record entries in his accounting books. All right. The next video is going to be about another document, business document, which is a statement of account, and then we are going to have 2 videos on debit note and credit note as well. Okay. So till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.